A World Photograph Museum Guide. Chapter 1. Photograph Museum/Photography Museums. Photography Museum websites at guides.library.illinois.edu/c.php?$G=$348041$P=$2345994. Try number 779 at the library. cla.purdue.edu/waw/palmquist/index.htm, Women in Photography Archive. nypl.org/locations/prints-and-photographs-study-room/photography-collection. loc.gov/pictures. icp.org. bu.edu/prc. eastmanhouse.org, George Eastman House. photographymuseum.com, American Museum of Photography. dogon-lobi.ch, Dogon Niger Lobi, more than 1,000 photos made between 1978 and 1999 in Mali and Burkina Faso among the Dogon, Bozo, Fulani, Lobi, Dagari, and Birifor. harappa.com/photo3, Indian Raj, British Indian photography, photography in 19th century India and Pakistan with images by Bourne and Sach. mamm-mdf.ru/n, Moscow House of Photography, maintains a large collection of old and contemporary Russian photographic. mep-fr.org, MEP Maison Européenne de la Photographie, the Maison Européenne de la Photographie, MEP, located in the historic heart of Paris, is a major center for contemporary photographic art which opened in February 1996. photos.shetland-museum.org.uk, Shetland Museum and Archives Photo Library. This collection contains over 60,000 images showing all aspects of Shetland life. rogerco.freeserve.co.uk, Carte de visite, Victorian photographs, an archive of small Victorian photographs useful to those interested in the history of fashion and photography. sakura-do.com, Sakuradu, specializing in fine vintage Japanese photographs and images of other parts of Asia as well as America and Europe. sepia.lb.nagasaki-u.ac.jp/university, Japanese old photographs of the Bakumatsu Meiji periods. Japanese old photographs of the Bakumatsu Meiji periods at the University of Nagasaki Library is the largest collection of old photographs, approximately 6,000, taken all over Japan from the Bakumatsu through to the Meiji period. A list of photography museums at m.famous-fix.com/list/photography-museums-and-galleries. Hotel Hanan. Art Nouveau townhouse in the municipality of St. Gilles in Brussels, Belgium. St. Gilles, Belgium. Romanesque house in Wrocław. Wrocław, Polish, Domek Romanski. Or House of the Ladies of Trzebnica in Wrocław, Polish, Dom Panien Trzebniczych Wyrocławiu. Portuguese Center of Photography. Reykjavik Museum of Photography. Reykjavik, Iceland. Museum of Imagery Technology. Pathamwan District, Bangkok, Thailand. Faculty of Science, Chulalongkorn University. Residencia Aboy Lampre. Historic House in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Photo Hof. Publishing House, Gallery, Photography Archive, Library, Education in Salzburg, Austria. Camera Museum. Museum in Northeast, Penang, Malaysia. Kosovo National Art Gallery. National Gallery in Pristina, Kosovo. Uzbek and Finland Museum. Museum in England. Image Museum, Portugal. Portuguese Museu da Imagem is located in Braga, Portugal. Photo Museum Antwerp. Antwerp, Belgium. St. Louis Photography Museum. Overview: the St. Louis Photography Museum, French, Musée de la Photographie de St. Louis, is a museum located in St. Louis, Senegal. Arab Image Foundation. Fondation Arabe pour l'Image. Beirut. Museum Historiae Photographiae w Cracovie. Krakow, Poland. Photography Museum of Marrakesh, Medina. Mohammed Nagy Museum, Giza, Egypt. The best photography museums according to expertphotography.com/best-photography-museum. Photomuseum Winterthur, Switzerland. Les Duches Gallery Paris, France. Lianzhou Museum of Photography Lianzhou, China. Photography Museums in Foam Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Portuguese Center of Photography Porto, Portugal. The Museum of Contemporary Photography Chicago, USA. The International Center of Photography New York, USA. The Photographers Gallery London, UK. Thessaloniki Museum of Photography Thessaloniki, Greece. Tokyo Metropolitan Museum of Photography Tokyo, Japan. Photograph Museum/Photography Museums. Canon.com/camera-museum, Canon Camera Museum. artsblock.ucr.edu/page/California-museum-of-photography, California Museum of Photography. Eastman.org, George Eastman House. ICP.org, International Center of Photography. MAPA.org, Museum of Photographic Arts, San Diego Museum. PhotographyMuseum.com. MOCP.org, Museum of Contemporary Photography. OttawaMuseums.com/contemporary-photography.aspx. ParisInsidersGuide.com/paris-museums-photography.html. vam.ac.uk/page/p/photography. PhotographyMuseum.com/exhibits.html. Bloomsbury.com. Photography Photographic History. prm.ox.ac.uk/photocollection.html. mfa.org. The Museum of Fine Arts, Boston. art-support.com/museums.htm. denverartmuseum.org/collections/photography. Chapter 2. Lists of camera and photography museum websites and addresses for some countries at camera-wiki.org/wiki/camera_and_photography_museums. Mexico. Museo de la Fotografía, Fototeca Nacional, Casasola S/N, Ex Convento de San Francisco, COL. Centro, CP 42050. Pachuca, Go. Canada. Gallery.ca/en/see/collections/category.php category ID =6, National Gallery of Canada Photography Collection, National Gallery of Canada Category Collections. Ukrainian Cultural and Educational Centre. Museum, Gallery and Library in Manitoba, Canada. Musée de la Photo.info, Musée Populaire de la Photographie. Rue Harriet, Drummondville, Quebec. novascotia.com/see-do/attractions/Sherman-Heinz-of-photography-galleries/135. Sherman-Heinz Museum of Photography, 205 Church Street, Liverpool, South Shore. Australia. acp.org.au, Australian Centre for Photography, 72 Oxford Street, Darlinghurst, NSW, 2010. Argentina. Facebook.com/Museo Simic, Museo Fotografico Simic, AV. Frederico Lacroze 390. Buenos Aires. oocities.com/Abel Alexander, Museo Fotografico y Archivo Histórico Adolfo Alexander, Buenos Aires. Brazil. Fundação Cultural de Curitiba.com.br/espacos-cultura/museu-de-Curitiba, Museu de Fotografia de Curitiba, R. Presidente Carlos Cavalcanti. Centro, Curitiba, CEP, 800202880. Austria. Westlicht.com/index.php?lang=. Westlicht, Schauplatz für Fotografie, a photography institution with gallery and camera exhibition, Westbahnstrasse 4. 1070 Vienna, Belgium. Photomuseum.be, Photomuseum, Antwerpen. Museefoto.be, Musée de la Photographie, Charleroi. Czech_Republic. Seidel.cz/en/museum-photo-atelier-seidel-cski-krumlovi, museum phototelier Seidel, Lineka 27. Esk Krumlov. mfmom.cz/en Narodny Museum Photography, Jindich Hradec, Denmark. kb.dk/en/dia/ud Stillinger/Photomuseum, National Museum of Photography Copenhagen. Photomuseum.dk/?lang=n, Danmarks Fotomuseum Herning, currently, 2020, temporary closed and waiting for a solution to open again. Estonia. Linnamuseum.ee/Photomuseum, Photomuseum, site in Estonian, a camera museum, Rykoja T4. Tallinn 10146. France. Musée de la Photo.fr/?page_ID=. Musée Français de la Photographie, 7. Rue de Paris, 91570 Bavars. MuséeNIPCE.com, Musée Nice Fourniers, 2. Quai des Messageries, 71100 Chalon-sur-Saône. Germany. Photomuseum.de, Museum für Fotografie, Helmstetter Str. 38102 Braunschweig. museum-location.de/English-information, Museum für Fotografie, Gebenstrasse. Berlin. 3f-museum.de, Deutsches Filmfoto und Fernsehtechnik Museum, Weinstrasse 3. 67146 Diadetium. Photomuseum.eu, Camera und Fotomuseum, Raschwitzer Strasse 11-1. 0441. Markkleeberg. Kameramuseum.de/museum/Einweihung/countdown.htm, Deutsches Kameramuseum, Schulstrasse. 91287 Pleck, Camera Collection Kurt Tauber. Foto-museum-uingen.de, Fotohistorisches Museum, Kirchstrasse. 73066 Uhingen. Zeiler-fotomuseum.de, Zieler Fotomuseum, Schollring. 97475 Zeil am Main. Fotomuseum-goerlitz.de, Fotomuseum Gorlitz, Lobauer-Strasse. 02826 Gorlitz. Bagha-Usan.de/Ansari-Stad/888/stade-tis-che-museen/house-der-fi.html, Dr. Robert Gerlich Museum, Berg. D84489 Berghausen. Kameramuseum-heuchelheim.de, Kamera Museum de Kulturing Heuchelheim-Kinzenbach e.V., Wilhelmster. 3. 35452 Heuchelheim-Kinzenbach, tel 0641-62394, call necessary, no regular opening times. ifm-wolfen.de/home.html, Industry und Film Museum Wolfen, Chemie Park Bitterfeld Wolfen, Ariel A, OT Wolfen, Bunsenster. 06766 Bitterfeld Wolfen, former Agfa/Orwo factory. tsd.de, Technisk Samlungen, Junghanstrasse. deutsches-museum.de/Ausstellungen/Kommunikation/Foto-Film, Deutsches Museum, Museum Sinsel. 80538 München. deutsches-optisches-museum.de, Optis Museum, Karl Zeiss Platz 1. 07743 Jena. sdtb.de/phototechnik.87.0.html, Deutsches Technikmuseum, Berlin, DTMB, Trebiner Str. 10963 Berlin-Kreuzberg, History of Phototechnology. OMR.de, Optic Industry Museum Rathenau, Kulturzentrum Rathenau GmbH, Markisker Platz 14712 Rathenau. Greece. thmphoto.gr/?lang =n, Museum of Photography. Great_Britain. foxtalbot.co.uk, Fox Talbot Museum, Lacock Abbey, Chippenham, Wiltshire, SN152LG, England. nationalmediamuseum.org.uk/collection/collection_section.asp. Photography Department of the National Media Museum, Bradford, BD11NQ. Italy. mufoco.org/n, Museo Fotografia Contemporanea, Milano. musei-lodi.it/site/galleria-ficus/musei-eri-fera-naturalistici/museo-della-fotograi-fanago-data, Musei Lodi, Netherlands. Fotogra Museum Zoetermeer.nl, Photographica Museum Zoetermeer, in Dutch, Van Alstlaan 2. 2722 RL, Zoetermeer. Cameramuseum.nl, Camera Museum Zierikzee, in Dutch, Visstraat 14301 cubic centimeters Zierikzee currently closed, they will be moving to other premises soon. Poland. mhf.krakow.pl, Museum Historiae Fotografiae, Photography History Museum, Josephato 1. 30045 Krakow. Portugal. musudaimagem.blogspot.com, Musuda Imagem, Braga. casarelvas.com, Casa Estudio Carlos Relvas, LGD Manuel I, 2150-128 Goliga. Russia. Photomuseum.nnov.ru/n, the Russian Museum of Photography, 9 Piskunova Str, Nizhny Novgorod. Spain. Photomuseum.es, Photomuseum, Zerots, Basque Country. Slovakia. hep.upjs.sk/epog/images/2 petsval %sign 20 ngl.pdf, Josepha Maximiliana Petzval Museum, Petsvalova 3. 05901 Spisk Bella. Sweden. Fotografiska.com/sto, Fotografiska Museet, Stockholm. South_Africa. Africa. Facebook.com/Ben Susan-Museum-of-photography-630466416989327, Ben Susan Museum of Photography, Museum Africa, 121 Bree Street, Newtown, Johannesburg. Thailand. Trip-Wolf.com/en/guide/71764/Siam-square-area/Chulalongkorn-University/Museum-of-Hyphen Technology in Chulalongkorn University. Japan. Tokyo Metropolitan Museum of Photography, Tokyo, Japan. Topmuseum.jp, Tokyo Metropolitan Museum of Photography, Yabusa Garden Place, 1-13-3 Mitamaguro-ku, Tokyo 153-0062, Japan. KMOPA.com, Kiyosato Museum of Photographic Arts, 3545-1222 Kiyosato, Takancho, Hokutoshi Yamanashi 407-0301, Japan. AKIYAMA-SHOTARO.com, Shotaro Akiyama Photo Art Museum, concentrating on photographs by Shotaro Akiyama, 4-18-9 Aoyama Minato-ku, Tokyo 107-0062, Japan. Irieta-Akichi.jp, Iritekaki Memorial Museum of Photography, Nara City, concentrating on photographs by Iritekaki, 600 to 1 Takabe Takesho Narashi Nara 630-8301 Japan. houki-town.jp/Ueda, Shoji Ueda Museum of Photography, concentrating on photographs by Ueda Shiji, 353 to 3 Sumura Hokicho Saihakugun Tottori 689-4107 Japan. y-shinpo.co.jp/museum/shiraata.html, Shirahata Photo Gallery, concentrating on works by Shirahata Shir, 486 Narada Hayakawacho Yamanashi 409-2701 Japan. domonken-kinenkan.jp, Kendoman Museum of Photography, concentrating on works by Kendoman, 2-13 Imoriyama Sakatashi Yamagata 998-0055 Japan. JCII Photo Salon, see below, JCII Camera Museum, JCII Ichiban Cho Building, Ichiban CH2. Chiyoda-ku, Tokyo 102-0082 Japan. JCII-CAMERAMUSEUM.jp, JCII Camera Museum, JCII Ichiban Cho Building. Ichiban CH25 Chiyoda-ku Tokyo 102-0082 Japan. Nikon.co.jp/corporate/museum, Nikon Museum, Building C2F Shinagawa Intercity 2-15-3 Kaunan Minato-ku Tokyo 108-6290 Japan. Olympus.co.jp/technology/Olympus Museum, Olympus Museum, Olympus Corporation Ishikawa Facility 2951 Ishikawamaki Hakaijishi Tokyo 192-8507 Japan, by appointment only. Camera Museum Shashin House, no website, 101-2 Obukamotojimaki Hagagun Takaji 321-3707 Japan, a camera museum, including non-Pentax cameras, by former Pentax employees. Cameragon.com, Fukuoka Camera Museum, 559 Fukuoka Shin Fukuoka Maki Takaakashi Toyama 939-0117 Japan. Note that it is not in Fukuoka Prefecture, but in Toyama Prefecture. Korea. kcpm.or.kr, Korea Camera Museum, Ansan Si Gyeonggi-do Korea. kvm.or.kr, Korea Video Museum, Daegu Metropolitan City Korea. Israel. omuseums.org.il/eng/about_the_museum_tel-hai, Museum of Photography. China. lishuiphoto.org/index.php ?c page &id =8 $8 $v Lishui Photography Museum of China. Turkey. Malatya Fotoğraf Makinesi Müzesi. Chapter 3. A worldwide list of museums with photography exhibitions at icatch-list-of-global-art-galleries-where-photography-is-exhibited. Worldwide list of art photography museums by city. Akron, Ohio. Akron Art Museum. 1 South High. Akron, O. Amsterdam. Gallery Vassie. Langstraat 47. 1015 AK Amsterdam, Netherlands. Aspen, Colorado. Aspen Art Museum. 637 East Hyman Avenue. Aspen, CO. Athens. Gagosian. 3 Merlin Street. Athens, Greece 10671. Baltimore, Maryland. Alban Okun Library Gallery. 1000 Hilltop Circle. Baltimore, MD. Baltimore Museum of Art. 10 Art Museum Drive. Baltimore, MD. C. Grimaldi's Gallery. 523 North Charles St. Baltimore, MD. Berlin. Willy Brandt House. Wilhelmstrasse 140. 10963 Berlin, Germany. Bauhaus Archive. Klingelhoferstrasse 14. 10,785 Berlin, Germany. Bookman Gallery. Charlottenstrasse 13 1D10969. Berlin, Germany. Galerie Hiltoski. Duchalskeister. 41. 10,117 Berlin. Kunsthandel Jörg Maas. Rankester. 24. 10,789 Berlin. Robert Morat Gallery. Linienster. 10. 10,115 Berlin. Boca Raton, Florida. Boca Raton Museum of Art. Misner Park, 501 Plaza Real. Boca Raton, FL. Boston. Gallery Caiaphas. 450 Harrison Avenue Suite 37. Boston, Ma. Brussels. Gallery Natalie Obadiah. 8 Rue Charles Decaster. 1050 Excel Brussels, Belgium. Carmel, California. Center for Photographic Art. San Carlos and 9th. Carmel, California 93921. Photography.org. Chicago. Art Institute of Chicago. 111 South Michigan Avenue. Chicago, IL. Catherine Edelman Gallery. 300 West Superior St. Chicago, IL. Gage Gallery. Roosevelt University. 18 South Michigan Avenue. Chicago, IL. Cologne. Gallery Julian Sander. Cassilienster. 48. 50,667 Cologne. Copenhagen. Fotografisk Center. Stalled Jade 16. 1799 Copenhagen v. Denmark. Darlinghurst, New South Wales, Australia. Australian Centre for Photography Gallery. 72 Oxford Street, Darlinghurst, New South Wales, Australia 2010. Denver, Colorado. Denver Art Museum. 100 West 14th Avenue Parkway. Denver, CO. Gallery M. 180 Cook St. Denver, CO. Detroit. Detroit Institute of Arts. 5200 Woodward Avenue. Detroit, MI. Dublin. Gallery of Photography. Meeting House Square. Temple Bar. Dublin, Ireland. Durham, North Carolina. Duke University Center for Documentary Studies. 1317 West Pettigrew Street. Durham, North Carolina 27705. Documentaries2ds.duke.edu. Dusseldorf. K21 Kunstsammlung Nordrhein-Westfalen. Standi Hauster. 1. 40,217 Dusseldorf. Edinburgh. The Fruit Market Gallery. 45 Market St. Edinburgh EH11DF, UK. FT. Worth, Texas. Amon Carter Museum of American Art. 3501 Camp Bowie Boulevard. FT. Worth, TX. Gainesville, Florida. Samuel P. Harn Museum of Art. 3259 Hull Road. Gainesville, Florida 32611. Geneve. Centre d'Art Contemporain. Rue des Vieux Grenadiers 10. 1205 Geneve, Switzerland. Glasgow. The Modern Institute Glasgow. 14-20 Osborne St. Glasgow G15QN, UK. Innsbruck. Innsbruck btvfo.ku.s Fotokunst Photo Art. Stadtforum BTV Stadtforum 1. 6020 Innsbruck. Lancaster, Ohio. Decorative Arts Center of Ohio. 145 East Main Street. Lancaster, O. Lincoln, Massachusetts. De Cordova Museum. 51 Sandy Pond Road. Lincoln, Ma. Linz, Austria. Lentos Art Museum. Ernst Koref Promenade 1. 4020 Linz, Austria. London. Alison Jacques Gallery. 16-18 Berners Street. London W1T3LN. Art Hub Gallery. 5-8 Creekside. Deptford, SE84SA. Beatles and Huxley. 3-5 Swallow Street. London, W1B4DE. Hamilton's Gallery. 13 Carlos Place. London W1K2EU. L.E. Dame Art Gallery at Melia White House. 1 Albany St Regent's Park. London NW13UP. Marion Goodman Gallery. 5-8 Lower John St, Soho. London W1F9HA, UK. Michael Hoppen Gallery. 3 Jubilee Place. London SW33TD. MMX Gallery. 448 New Cross Road. London SE146TY. The Photographers Gallery. 1618 Ramillies Street. London W1F7LW. Proud Galleries. 32 John Adams Street. London WC2N6BP. Scene 15. Unit B 1.1 Bussey Building. Copeland Park. 133 Copeland Road. London SE153SN. Tate Modern. Bankside London SE19TG. Boiler House Level 4 East. Los Angeles. Annenberg Space for Photography. 2000 Avenue of the Stars. Los Angeles, CA. Autry Museum of the American. West 4700 Western Heritage Way. Los Angeles, CA. Fahey/Klein Gallery. 148 North La Brea Avenue. Los Angeles, California 90036. Getty Center. 1200 Getty Center Drive. Los Angeles, CA. Leica Gallery LA. 8783 Beverly Boulevard. West Hollywood, California 90048. Reagan Projects. 6750 California State Route 2. Los Angeles, California 90038. Madrid. Blanca Berlin Galeria de Fotografía. Calle del Limón, 28. 28015 Madrid, Spain. Malaga. La Termica. Ave de los Guindos 48. 29004 Malaga, Spain. Mexico City. Patricia Conde Galeria. Calle Grol. Juan Cano 6. San Miguel Chapultepec ISECC. 11850 Ciudad de Mexico, CDMX, Mexico. Montreal. Optica. 5445 Gaspé Avenue. Montreal, QCH2T, Canada. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The Baldwin Photographic Gallery. Bragg Media and Entertainment Building. 1735 Blue Raider Drive No. 269. Murfreesboro, Tennessee 37132. Munich. E-Space Louis Vuitton. Maximilianstrasse 2A. 80539 München, Germany. Nashville. Gallery 121 in Ledoux Center for Visual Art. 1907 Belmont Boulevard. Nashville, Tennessee 37212. New Orleans. A Gallery for Fine Photography. 241 Chartres St. New Orleans, Louisiana. Ottawa. National Gallery of Canada. Canadian Photography Institute Galleries. Promenade Sussex. Ottawa, on K1N9N4 Canada. Pittsburgh. Carnegie Museum of Art. 4400 Forbes Avenue. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15213. Portland, Oregon. Blue Sky Gallery. 122 Northwest 8th Avenue. Portland, or. Ridgefield, Connecticut. Aldrich Contemporary Art Museum. 258 Main St. Ridgefield, CT. Riverside, California. California Museum of Photography. 3824 Main St. Riverside, California 92501. Rochester, New York. George Eastman House. 900 East Avenue. Rochester, New York 14607. Roma. Maxi Museo Nazionale dell'Arte. Via Guido Reni, 4/A. 00196 Roma RM, Italy. Santa Monica, California. Christopher Grimes Gallery. 916 Colorado Avenue. Santa Monica, CA. DNJ Gallery. 2525 Michigan Avenue Suite J1. Santa Monica, CA. Shanghai. Shanghai Center of Photography. 2555 to 1 Longteng Avenue, Sui District. Shanghai. Seattle. G. Gibson Gallery. 104 West Roy Street. Seattle, WA. Gallery 1/1. 2856 Northwest Market Street No. 2G. Seattle, WA. Museum of History and Industry. 860 Terry Avenue North. Seattle, Washington 98109. Sydney. Michael Reed. Mezzanine level, 105 Kippax Street, Surrey Hills. Sydney, NSW 201. Australia. Tokyo. Japesgay The Bathhouse. 6 Chome 1-23 Inika, Tato. Tokyo 110-000. Japan. Vevey, Switzerland. eSpace Images. Place de la Guerre 3. CH 1800 Vevey. Winterthur, Switzerland. Photomuseum Winterthur. Krusenstrasse 44+45. CH 8400 Winterthur. Paris Art Photography Museums. Ader Nordmann. Agrement 2002-448. Air de Paris. 32 Rue Louise Weiss. 75013 Paris, France. Art Curial. Rond Point des Champs-Élysées. 75008 Paris. Galerie Bernard Bouche. 123 Rue Vieux du Temple. 75003 Paris, France. Centre Culturel Irlandais. 5 Rue des Irlandais. 75005 Paris, France. Centre Culturel Czech. 18 Rue Bonaparte. 75006 Paris, France. Galerie Intervalle. 12 Rue Jouy-Rivet. 75020 Paris, France. Galerie Nicolas Silin. 13 Rue Chapin. 75003 Paris, France. Galerie Piece Unique. 4 Rue Jacques Collot 2. Rue Mazarine. 75006 Paris. GaleriePieceUnique.com. 39 Rue Chapin Paris, France 75003. Institut Hongrois. 92 Rue Bonaparte. 75006 Paris, France. Les Duches La Galerie. Rue Legouvet. 75010 Paris. Les Duches La Galerie.com. Le Voleur d'Images. 9 Rue de Saint-Simon. 75007 Paris, France. Next Level Gallery. 8 Rue Charlotte. 75003 Paris, France. Polka Gallery. 12 Rue Saint-Gilles. 75003 Paris, France. Thierry Bygainan. 9 Rue Charlotte. 75003 Paris, France. Chapter 4. Photography museums by country at web.archive.org/201004180615547/https://c.dnjgkjnsfqg/b.2514437/k.d40/photography_museums.htm. Australia. Australian Centre for Photography, Paddington NSW. acp.au.com/main.php. Macleay Museum Historic Photographic Collection, Sydney. ucd.edu.au/su/macleay/chpc01.htm. Austria. Generali Foundation, Vienna. Generali.at. Österreichische Fotogalerie im Rupertinium, Salzburg. fotonet.at/Rupertinium. Westlicht, Vienna. Westlicht.com/index.php?lang=5. Belgium. Provinciaal Museum voor Fotografie, Antwerp. Photomuseum.be. Canada. Canadian Museum of Contemporary Photography, Ottawa. cmcp.gallery.ca. Czech Republic. Museum of Decorative Arts, Prague. upm.cz/index.php?language=n&page=182. Denmark. Danmarks Fotomuseum, Herning. Fotomuseum.dk/uk. Museet for Fotokunst, Odense. Brants.dk/wm139616. England. telegraph.co.uk/culture/photography, the Telegraph/art photography, photography news, reviews and advice from the Telegraph, your source for digital photography, camera and lens advice, reviews and more. theguardian.com/arta-and-design/Sean-o-hagen-on-photography, theguardian/on photography. In this fortnightly column, Sean O'Hagan explores photography, art, photojournalism, and everything in between. vam.ac.uk/page/p/photography, photography collection, Victoria and Albert Museum, featuring classic, modern and contemporary photographic images of Victoria and Albert Museum. Henry Fox Talbot Museum, Wiltshire. r-cube.co.uk/fox-talbot/index.html. National Museum of Photography, Film and Television, West Yorkshire. nmsi.ac.uk/nmpft. The Photographers Gallery, London. photonit.org/uk. Royal Photographic Society, Bath. rps.org. Victoria and Albert Museum, London. vam.ac.uk/collections/photography. Finland. Finnish Museum of Photography, Helsinki. fmp.fi/fmp_fi/muvieras/english/general.htm. France. Bibliothèque Nationale de France. bnf.fr. Henri Cartier-Bresson Foundation, Paris. henricartier-bresson.org/index_n.htm. Maison Européenne de la Photographie, Paris. mep-fr.org/us/default_test_ok.htm. Musée Autochromes Lumière. autochrome.com/autonetc.htm. Musée Art Contemporain Lyon, Lyon. moca-lyon.org. Maison Nice Niepce, Saint Leu de Varennes. nipce.com. Germany. Kunstmuseum Wolfsburg. kunstmuseum-wolfsburg.de. Museum Ludwig Agfa Fotohistorma, Köln. museeköln.de/english/agfa-photo-hister-ama. Stockholm der Oberuhrgermeister Kunst und Museum Bibliothek. stadt-koeln.de. Hungary. Magyar Fotografiai Museum, Kecskemét. photomuzum.hu/index_n.html. Ireland. Belfast Exposed Photography. belfastexposed.org. Gallery of Photography, Dublin. irish-photography.com. Italy. Alinari Museum and Archives, Florence. alinari.com/en/museo.asp. Centro per l'arte contemporanea El Pecci, Prato. centroartepecci.prato.it. Galleria Civica di Arte Moderna e Contemporanea, Torino. gamtorino.it. Japan. Kiyosato Museum of Photographic Arts, Kiyosato. kmopa.com/index_e.hdm. Nara City Museum of Photography, Nara. dnp.co.jp/museum/nara/nara-e.html. Luxembourg. Centre National de l'Audiovisuel. cna.lu. Netherlands. Photography Museum Amsterdam. foam.nl. Netherlands Fotomuseum, Rotterdam. Netherlands Fotomuseum.nl/nl. Norway. Prius Fotomuseum, Horten. museumsnet.no/photographymuseum/velcomen.html. Portugal. Casa Museu Fotografia Vicentes, Madeira Island. madeira-island.com/museum/photografia_Vicentes_Museum. Russia. Moscow House of Photography. mdf.ru/English. National Center of Photography of the Russian Federation, St. Petersburg. ncprf.org. Russian Photo Museum, Nizhny Novgorod. sandy.ru. Spain. Biblioteca Nacional de España, Madrid. bne.es/esp/colecciones/fotografias.htm. Sweden. Moderna Museet, Stockholm. modernamuseet.se/v4/template/template5.asp?id=2776. Switzerland. Photomuseum Winterthur. photomuseum.ch. Musée de l'Élysée Lausanne, Lausanne. élysée.ch/actualite/index_n.html. Swiss Camera Museum, Vevey. cameramuseum.ch/e_basis.php. Volume 87. A United States Photograph Museum Guide. Chapter 1. Some American Photograph Museums. United States Photograph Museum websites. CameraHeritageMuseum.com, Camera Heritage Museum, 1 West Beverly St. Stanton, Virginia 24401. Eastman.org/_George, Eastman Museum, 900 East Avenue, Rochester, New York 14607. washingtonahistory.org/index.php $section =sites &content =Argus_Museum, Argus Museum, 535 West William Street, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Hugh Mangum Photography Museum, West Point on the Eno, 5101 North Roxborough Road, Durham, North Carolina. CasasolaMuseum.org, Mexican Casasola Museum/Museo Casasola, 2251 Calle de Santiago in Old Missoula, New Mexico. CasasolaMuseum.com, Casasola Museum/Museo Casasola, 617 Pancho Villa Street in El Paso, Texas. Photography Museum resources at web.archive.org/web/202220150221/atg-photography.com/photography-collection.html. albumin.conservation.us.org, Albumin Photographs, presenting the art and science of albumin printing. This site brings together 19th-century technical instruction, contemporary research, an online forum for conservation treatment, and a wealth of images. arctic.edu/aic/collections/photo, photography collection. The Art Institute of Chicago. Collection contains works of Alfred Stieglitz, Edward Weston, Paul Strand, Eugene Atget, André Kurdish, and many other master photographers. bjp-online.com, British Journal of Photography. British Journal of Photography is available as a monthly print and iPad magazine, and weekly for the iPhone. blueskygallery.org, Blue Sky Gallery, the Oregon Center for the Photographic Arts. brooklynmuseum.org/open collection/photography, Brooklyn Museum, Photography, online photo collection of Brooklyn Museum. content.lib.washington.edu/ipenw/index.html, American Indians of the Pacific Northwest Digital Collection, Pacific Northwest Native Americans from the University of Washington Libraries, featuring essays for K-12, historic images, treaties, maps, and Indian agent reports. content.lib.washington.edu, UW Libraries Digital Collections, image collections of the University of Washington Libraries Digital Initiatives Program. digital.denverlibrary.org, Denver Public Library, Western History Genealogy, Digital Images. The digital image collection consists of prints and negatives that document the history of Colorado and the American West. digital.library.pit.edu/images/Pittsburgh/cityphotographer.html, Pittsburgh City Photographer Collection. The images show Pittsburgh parks, recreation facilities, and athletic events, as well as hospital exteriors and interiors, mayoral events, traffic situations, and general street scenes. eastmanhouse.org/inc/collections/photography.php, George Eastman House Photography Collection. featureshoot.com, Feature Shoot. Feature Shoot showcases all genres of work from both up-and-coming and established photographers. featureshoot.com, Feature Shoot. Feature Shoot showcases all genres of work from both up-and-coming and established photographers. flakphoto.com, The Flak Photo, online photography channel that presents the work of artists, curators, bookmakers, and photo organizations to a global audience of people who are passionate about visual culture. flickr.com/photos/Smithsonian, Smithsonian Flickr Photo Collection, Flickr, Smithsonian Institution's photo stream. forwardthinkingmuseum.com, Forward Thinking Museum, contemporary photography exhibits including a juried quarterly contest. geh.org, Photography Collections Online, in cooperation with Eastman House, Ryerson University in Toronto, is to offer a Master of Arts in Photographic Preservation and Collections Management. getty.edu/art/collection search/collection search, COL = museum and NH = 10 and PW = 100% 25 and LK = 1 and QT = photography and go.x = 12 and go.y = 9, Getty Museum Photographs Collection. gittermangallery.com, Git Ehrman Gallery, New York. guggenheim.org/search $CX $001816328621941998% sign 3 OPI 5 CQY let 8 IE UTF-8 Q photography, Guggenheim Photography. in-public.com, InPublic. InPublic was set up in 2000 to provide a home for street photographers. lensculture.com, Lens Culture, contemporary photography magazine, international photography, modern photography, photojournalism, documentary photo, photo gallery, photography, photographer interviews, photo book reviews, photo essays, photo criticism. Life.com, Life, your world in pictures. Lightbox.time.com, Times Lightbox blog, Lightbox, a blog created and curated by Times Photo Department that explores how photography, video and visual culture help to shape and define the modern world. Lightwork.org, Lightwork, an artist-run, non-profit photography and digital media center, supporting artists since 1973. lpvmagazine.com, LPV Magazine, LPV is an online and print magazine dedicated to contemporary documentary and fine art photography. MagnumPhotos.com, Magnum Photos. memory.loc.gov/mm/fsow home.html, Americans from the Great Depression. The images in the Farm Security Administration Office of War Information Collection are among the most famous documentary photographs ever produced. memory.loc.gov/mm/cwp/html/cwphome.html, Selected Civil War Photographs homepage. The Selected Civil War Photographs, 1861 to 1865, collection contains 1,100 Civil War encampments, battlefields, and portraits as captured by Matthew Brady and other photographers. metmuseum.org/collections/search-the-collections $world+photographs, Metropolitan Museum Photo Collection. moma.org/explore/collection/photography, moma.org The Collection Photography. museumofnewmexico.org/mfa/idea photographic, idea photographic after modernism, a contemporary view of history from the photography collections at the Museum of Fine Arts, Santa Fe, Princeton University Art Museum, and San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. nationalgeographic.com/photography, National Geographic Photography. nationalmediamuseum.org.uk/collection/photography.aspx, Photography. National Media Museum, explore an online selection of the museum's extensive photography collection. newyorker.com/culture/photo-booth, The New Yorker's Photo Booth blog, online version of the weekly magazine, with current articles, cartoons, blogs, audio, video, slideshows, an archive of articles and abstracts back to 1925. oi.uchicago.edu/gallery/pa_Egypt, Oriental Institute Photo Collection, Precious Middle East Historical Photography Collection, founded in 1919 by James Henry Breasted, the Institute, a part of the University of Chicago. old-picture.com, Old Pictures. This is an educational site with a wide variety of old photographs. photographymuseum.com/index.html, American Museum of Photography, features information on a privately held collection of images from the first 75 years of photography, and an interactive exhibit. sfmoma.org/pages/departments/photography, sfmoma collection photography. slate.com/blogs/behold.html, slate, behold, Slate is a daily magazine on the web. smithsonianconference.org/expert/exhibit-hall/spi, Smithsonian Photography Initiative. smponline.org, Southeast Museum of Photography, exhibits, collects, preserves, and interprets photography to facilitate teaching and learning at Daytona State College. time.com/time/photo essays, time, news, photos and photo essays. washingtonpost.com/photography, The Washington Post Photography, find multimedia and interactive features including photos, video, and galleries on news, politics, travel, autos, movies, fashion, science and much more. womeninphotography.org, Women in Photography International, the visibility of women photographers and their work, through exhibitions, educational programs, and lecture programs, non-profit website for women photographers around the world. New York Art Photography Museums. 303 Gallery. 555 West 21st Street, New York, New York. Alexander and Bonin. 47 Walker St. New York. New York 10013. Amos Eno Gallery. 56 Bogart Street. Brooklyn, New York. Anastasia Photo. 143 Ludlow St. New York, New York. Asia Society Museum. 725 Park Avenue. New York, New York. Baxter St. at CCNY. 126 Baxter St. New York, New York. Ben Ruby Gallery. 521 W 26th. 2nd floor. New York, New York. Bronx Documentary Center. 614 Cortlandt Avenue. Bronx, New York 10451. Bronx Museum of the Arts. 1040 Grand Concourse. Bronx, New York 10456. Bryce Wojciechowicz Gallery. 505 West 24th St. New York, New York. Cavalier Gallery. 3 West 57th Street. New York, New York. Clampart. 247 West 29th St. New York, New York. Deborah Bell Photographs. 16 East 71st St. No. 1D 4th floor. New York, New York 10021. Denny Gallery. 261 Broome St. New York, New York. Edwin Houck Gallery. 745 5th Avenue. New York, New York 10151. Michael Eastman. Buenos Aires Southern Light. November 1st. Gagosian Gallery. 522 West 21st Street. New York, New York 10011. Hauser and Worth. 22nd Street, New York. Lawrence Miller Gallery. 521 West 26th Street 5th floor. New York City 10001. Marion Goodman. 24 West 57th St. New York, New York 10019. Nora Heim Gallery. 730 5th Avenue. New York, New York 10019. NoraMaGallery.com. Petzel Gallery. 456 West 18th St. New York, New York 10011. Robin Rice Gallery. 325 West 11th St. New York, New York 10014. San Francisco Art Photography Museums. San Francisco. Anglem Gilbert Gallery. 1275 Minnesota Street. San Francisco, CA. Cordon Potts Gallery. 49 Geary St. 4th floor. San Francisco, CA. Frankel Gallery. 49 Geary St. 4th floor. San Francisco, CA. Frankel LAB. 1632 Market St. San Francisco, CA. San Francisco Museum of Modern Art 151 3rd Street. San Francisco, California 94103. Chapter 2. A list of United States photography museums by state. Arizona. Center for Creative Photography, Tucson. dizzy.library.arizona.edu/branches/ccp/cchome.html. Northlight Gallery, Arizona State University, Tempe. herbercollege.asu.edu/art/gallery/northlight. California. California Museum of Photography, Riverside. cmp1.ucr.edu. Center for Photographic Art, Carmel. Photography.org. Getty Research Institute, Los Angeles. Getty.edu. Museum of Photographic Arts, San Diego. MAPA.org. San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. sfmoma.org/collections/collections_photography.html. SF Camera Work, San Francisco. sfcamerawork.org. Florida. The Southeast Museum of Photography, Daytona Beach, FL. smponline.org. Tampa Gallery of Photographic Arts. tgpa.org. Illinois. Art Institute of Chicago. arctic.edu/aic/collections/photo. Museum of Contemporary Photography, Chicago. mocp.org. Massachusetts. Griffin Museum of Photography, Winchester. griffinmuseum.org. Minnesota. Minnesota Center of Photography. mncp.org. New York. George Eastman House International Museum of Photography and Film, Rochester. eastmanhouse.org. International Center of Photography, New York City. icp.org. Lightwork, Syracuse. Lightwork.org. Museum of Modern Art, New York City. moma.org/collection/departments/photography. Museum of the City of New York, New York City. mcny.org/collections/67.html. New York Public Library, New York City. nypl.org/research/spe/art/photo/photo.html. New York Historical Society, New York City. newyorkhistory.org/web/default.php ? Library. Whitney Museum of American Art, New York City. whitney.org. North Carolina. Ackland Art Museum at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. ackland.org. Light Factory Contemporary Museum of Photography and Film, Charlotte. lightfactory.org. Oklahoma. International Photography Hall of Fame and Museum, Oklahoma City. iphf.org. Oregon. 3D Center for Art and Photography, Portland. 3dcenter.us. Pennsylvania. Philadelphia Museum of Art. philadelphiamuseum.org/collections/216-436-429-341.html. Silver Eye Center for Photography. silvereye.org. Texas. Amon Carter Museum, Fort Worth. cartermuseum.org/works-of-art/photographs. Museum of Fine Arts, Houston. mfah.org. University of Texas Harry Ransom Center, Jern-Shame Collection, Austin. hrc.utexas.edu/collections/photography. Washington, D.C. Library of Congress. loc.gov. Chapter 3. A pretty big list of U.S. photography museums at all-about-photo-venues/photo-museums.php. A list of American photography museum websites and addresses. 21cmuseumhotels.com/Louisville, 21C Museum. 21C Museum. 700 West Main Street. Louisville, Kentucky, 40202. Ackland.org, Ackland Art Museum. Ackland Art Museum. 0 The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27599. addison.andover.edu/pages/default.aspx, Addison Gallery of American Art. Addison Gallery of American Art. 180 Main Street. Andover, Massachusetts, 01810. akronartmuseum.org, Akron Art Museum. Akron Art Museum. 1 South High. Akron, Ohio, 44308. albany.edu/museum, Museum University Art at Albany. 1400 Washington Avenue. Albany, New York, 12222. albrightknox.org, Albright Knox Art Gallery. Albright Knox Art Gallery. 1285 Elmwood Avenue. Buffalo, New York, 14222. aldrichart.org, The Aldrich Contemporary Art Museum. The Aldrich Contemporary Art Museum. 258 Main Street. Ridgefield, Connecticut, 06877. aliciahouston.org, Alice Austin House Museum. Alice Austin House Museum. 2 Highland Boulevard at Edgewater Street. Staten Island, New York, 10305. allentownartmuseum.org, Allentown Art Museum. Allentown Art Museum. 31 North 5th Street. Allentown, Pennsylvania, 18101. amarilloart.org, Amarillo Museum of Art. Amarillo Museum of Art. 2200 South Van Buren Street, Amarillo, Texas 79109. americanaart.si.edu, Smithsonian American Art Museum. Smithsonian American Art Museum. 8th and F Streets, NW. Washington, D.C. 20004. americanindian.si.edu, National Museum of the American Indian, the George Gustav High Center. National Museum of the American Indian, the George Gustav High Center. 1 Bowling Green, New York, New York 1004. amherst.edu/museum/mead, Mead Art Museum. Mead Art Museum. 220 South Pleasant Street, Amherst, Massachusetts 01002. AnchorageMuseum.org/index.aspx, The Anchorage Museum of Art. The Anchorage Museum of Art. 625 C Street, Anchorage, Alaska 99501. ArkansasArtsCenter.org, Arkansas Arts Center Museum. Arkansas Arts Center Museum. 9th and Commerce, MacArthur Park, Little Rock, Arkansas 72203. artbma.org/index.html, The Baltimore Museum of Art. The Baltimore Museum of Art. 10 Art Museum Drive, Baltimore, Maryland 21218. artic.edu, Art Institute of Chicago. Art Institute of Chicago. 111 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60603. artmuseum.coloradostate.edu, Colorado State University Art Museum. Colorado State University Art Museum. 1778 Campus Delivery, Fort Collins, Colorado 80523. artmuseum.indiana.edu, Sydney and Lois Ashkenazi Museum of Art. Sydney and Lois Ashkenazi Museum of Art. 1133 East 7th Street, Bloomington, Indiana 47405. artmuseum.org, Yellowstone Art Museum. Yellowstone Art Museum. 401 North 27th Street, Billings, Montana 59101. artmuseum.princeton.edu, Princeton University Art Museum. Princeton University Art Museum. artmuseum.unm.edu, University of New Mexico Art Museum. University of New Mexico Art Museum. 1 University of New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico 87131. artmusumgr.org, Grand Rapids Art Museum. Grand Rapids Art Museum. 101 Monroe Center Street Northwest, Grand Rapids, Michigan 49503. artsblock.ucr.edu/page/California-Museum-of-Photography, California Museum of Photography, UCR. California Museum of Photography, UCR. 3824 Main Street, Riverside, California 92501. artsbma.org, Birmingham Museum of Art. Birmingham Museum of Art. 2000 Rev. Abraham Woods, Jr. Boulevard, Birmingham, Alabama 35203. ashevilleart.org, Asheville Art Museum. Asheville Art Museum. 2 South Pack Square, Asheville, North Carolina 28802. aspenartmuseum.org, Aspen Art Museum. Aspen Art Museum. 590 North Mill Street, Aspen, Colorado 81611. estate.edu/a/museum/index.com Arkansas State University Museum. 2105 Aggie Road, Jonesboro, Arkansas 72401. bampfa.berkeley.edu, Berkeley Art Museum and Pacific Film Archive. Berkeley Art Museum and Pacific Film Archive. 2155 Center Street, Berkeley, California 94704. barnesfoundation.org, The Barnes Foundation. The Barnes Foundation. 2025 Benjamin Franklin Parkway, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19130. Bates.edu/museum, Bates College Museum of Art. Bates College Museum of Art. 75 Russell Street, Lewiston, Maine 04240. Beach.k-state.edu, Mariana Kistler Beach Museum of Art. Mariana Kistler Beach Museum of Art. 701 Beach Road, Manhattan, Kansas 66506. BerkshireMuseum.org, Berkshire Museum. Berkshire Museum. 39 South Street, Route 7. Pittsfield, Massachusetts 01201. BishopMuseum.org, Bernice Pauahi Bishop Museum. Bernice Pauahi Bishop Museum. 1525 Bernice Street, Honolulu, Hawaii 96817. BlafferArtMuseum.org, Blaffer Art Museum. Blaffer Art Museum. 4800 Calhoun Road, Houston, Texas 77004. blockmuseum.northwestern.edu/index.html, Mary and Lee Block Museum of Art. 40 Arts Circle Drive, Evanston, Illinois 60208. BMOA.org, Bakersfield Museum of Art. Bakersfield Museum of Art. 1930 R Street, Bakersfield, California 93301. BocaMuseum.org, Boca Raton Museum of Art. Boca Raton Museum of Art. 501 Plaza Real, Boca Raton, Florida 33432. BoiseArtMuseum.org, Boise Art Museum. Boise Art Museum. 670 Julia Davis Drive, Boise, Idaho 83702. Bowdoin.edu/art-museum, Bowdoin College Museum of Art. Bowdoin College Museum of Art. 9400 College Station, Brunswick, Maine 04011. BrattleboroMuseum.org, Brattleboro Museum and Art Center. Brattleboro Museum and Art Center. 10 Vernon Street, Brattleboro, VT 5301. BritishArt.yale.edu, Yale Center for British Art. Yale Center for British Art. 1080 Chapel Street, New Haven, Connecticut 06510. BronxMuseum.org, the Bronx Museum of the Arts. The Bronx Museum of the Arts. 1040 Grand Concourse, Bronx, New York 10456. BrooklynMuseum.org, Brooklyn Museum. Brooklyn Museum. 200 Eastern Parkway, Brooklyn, New York 11238. BrooksMuseum.org, Memphis Brooks Museum of Art. Memphis Brooks Museum of Art. 1934 Poplar Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee 38104. BruceMuseum.org, Bruce Museum. Bruce Museum. 1 Museum Drive, Greenwich, CT 6830. California Historical Society.org, California Historical Society. 678 Mission Street, San Francisco, California 94105. CAMH.org, Contemporary Arts Museum, Houston. Contemporary Arts Museum, Houston. 5216 Montrose Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77006. CAMSTL.org, Contemporary Art Museum, St. Louis. Contemporary Art Museum, St. Louis. 3750 Washington Boulevard, St. Louis, Missouri 63108. Carlos.emory.edu, Michael C. Carlos Museum of Emory University. Michael C. Carlos Museum of Emory University. 571 South Kilgo Circle, Atlanta, Georgia 30322. CarterMuseum.org, Amon Carter Museum of American Art. Amon Carter Museum of American Art. 3501 Camp Bowie Boulevard, Fort Worth, Texas 76107. CastellaniArtMuseum.org, Castellani Art Museum of Niagara University. Castellani Art Museum of Niagara University. 5795 Lewiston Road, Niagara University, New York 14109. ccp.arizona.edu, Center for Creative Photography. 1030 North Olive Road, Tucson, Arizona 85721. ccs.bard.edu/museum, Hessel Museum of Art. CCS Bard, Hessel Museum of Art. 1 Garden Road, Red Hook, New York 12571. chazen.wisc.edu, Chazen Museum of Art. Chazen Museum of Art. 750 University Avenue, Madison, Wisconsin 53706. Chrysler.org, Chrysler Museum of Art. Chrysler Museum of Art. 245 West Olney Road, Norfolk, Virginia 23510. CincinnatiArtMuseum.org, Cincinnati Art Museum. Cincinnati Art Museum. 953 Eden Park Drive, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. ClarkArt.edu, The Clark. The Clark. 225 South Street, Williamstown, MA 1267. ClevelandArt.org, Cleveland Museum of Art. Cleveland Museum of Art. 11150 East Boulevard, Cleveland, Ohio 44106. cmotto.org, California Museum of Art, Thousand Oaks. California Museum of Art, Thousand Oaks. 350 West Hillcrest Drive, Thousand Oaks, California 91360. cmoa.org, Carnegie Museum of Art. Carnegie Museum of Art. 4400 Forbes Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15213. colby.edu/museum, Colby College Museum of Art. Colby College Museum of Art. 5600 Mayflower Hill, Waterville, Maine 04901. colorado.edu/cu Art Museum, cu Art Museum. cu Art Museum. 1085 18th Street, Boulder, Colorado 80309. columbiamuseum.org, Columbia Museum of Art. Columbia Museum of Art. 1515 Main Street, Columbia, South Carolina 29202. columbusmuseum.org, Columbus Museum of Art. Columbus Museum of Art. 480 East Broad Street, Columbus, Ohio 43215. Corcoran.org, Corcoran Gallery of Art. Corcoran Gallery of Art. 500 17th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20006. crema.org, Cedar Rapids Museum of Art. Cedar Rapids Museum of Art. 410 3rd Avenue Southeast, Cedar Rapids, Iowa 52401. CrockerArt.org, Crocker Art Museum. Crocker Art Museum. 216 O Street, Sacramento, California 95814. CrystalBridges.org, Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. 600 Museum Way, Bentonville, Arkansas 72712. Courier.org, Courier Museum of Art. Courier Museum of Art. 150 Ash Street, Manchester, NH 3104. CustomHouseMuseum.org, Custom House Museum. Custom House Museum. 200 South 2nd St. Clarksville, Tennessee 37040. DallasContemporary.org, Dallas Contemporary. Dallas Contemporary. 161 Glass Street, Dallas, Texas 75207. DOMmuseum.org, Dom Museum of Contemporary Art. Dom Museum of Contemporary Art. 3201 West 16th Street, Sedalia, Missouri 65301. DaytonaArtInstitute.org, the Dayton Art Institute. The Dayton Art Institute. 456, Belmonte Park North. Belmonte, Ohio, 45405. dcordova.org, dCordova Museum. dCordova Museum. 51, Sandy Pond Road. Lincoln, Massachusetts, 01773. Delaware.org, Delaware Art Museum. Delaware Art Museum. 2301, Kentmere Parkway. Wilmington, Delaware, 19806. denosmuseum.org, Denos Museum Center. Denos Museum Center. 1701, East Front St. Traverse City, Michigan, 49686. denverartmuseum.org, Denver Art Museum. Denver Art Museum. 100, West 14th Avenue Parkway. Denver, Colorado, 80204. deyoung.famsf.org, DeYoung Museum. DeYoung Museum. 50, Hagiwara Tea Garden Drive. San Francisco, California, 94118. DIA.org, Detroit Institute of Arts. Detroit Institute of Arts. 5200, Woodward Avenue. Detroit, Michigan, 48202. DiscoverNewfields.org, Indianapolis Museum of Art Newfields. Indianapolis Museum of Art Newfields. 4000, Michigan Road. Indianapolis, Indiana, 46208. Eastman.org, George Eastman House. George Eastman House. 900, East Avenue. Rochester, New York, 14607. itelgeorg.org/home, itelgeorg. itelgeorg. 500, West Washington Street. Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204. erieartmuseum.org, The Erie Art Museum. The Erie Art Museum. 411, State St. Erie, Pennsylvania, 16501. Everson.org, Everson Museum of Art. Everson Museum of Art. 401, Harrison Street. Syracuse, New York, 13202. Farnsworthmuseum.org, Farnsworth Art Museum. Farnsworth Art Museum. 16, Museum Street. Rockland, Maine, 04841. FenimoreArtMuseum.org, Fenimore Art Museum. 5798, State Highway 80. Cooperstown, New York, 13326. FigArtMuseum.org, Fig Art Museum. Fig Art Museum. 225, West 2nd Street. Davenport, Iowa, 52801. finearts.uky.edu/art-museum, The Art Museum at the University of Kentucky. The Art Museum at the University of Kentucky. 405, Rose Street. Lexington, Kentucky, 40506. FitchburgArtMuseum.org, Fitchburg Art Museum, FAM. 185, Elm Street. Fitchburg, Massachusetts, 01420. FMOPA.org, Florida Museum of Photographic Arts, FMOPA. Florida Museum of Photographic Arts, FMOPA. 400, North Ashley Drive. Tampa, Florida, 33602. Photogirafiska.com/New York C, Fotografiska, New York. Fotografiska, New York. 281, Park Avenue South/22 ND. New York, New York, 10010. FristArtMuseum.org, Frist Art Museum. Frist Art Museum. 919 Broadway. Nashville, Tennessee, 37203. Frost.fiu.edu, The Patricia and Philip Frost Art Museum. The Patricia and Philip Frost Art Museum. 10975, Southwest 17th Street. Miami, Florida, 33199. GardnerMuseum.org, Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. 280 The Fenway. Boston, Massachusetts, 02115. Getty.edu/museum/index.html, J. Paul Getty Museum. J. Paul Getty Museum. 1200, Getty Center Drive. Los Angeles, California 90049. Glenstone.org, Glenstone Museum. Glenstone Museum. 12100 Glen Road. Potomac, MD 20854. GriffinMuseum.org, Griffin Museum of Photography. Griffin Museum of Photography. 67 Shore Road. Winchester, Ma. Grinnell.edu/campus-life/arts-culture/museum, Grinnell College Museum. Grinnell College Museum. 1108 Park Street. Grinnell, Iowa 50112. Guggenheim.org, Guggenheim. Guggenheim. 1071 Fifth Avenue. New York, New York 10128. Guildhall.org, Guildhall. Guildhall. 158 Main Street. East Hampton, New York 11937. Hamilton.edu/WLN, Ruth and Elmer Wellen Museum of Art. Ruth and Elmer Wellen Museum of Art. 198 College Hill Road. Clinton, New York 13323. Hammer.ucla.edu, Hammer Museum. Hammer Museum. 10899 Wilshire Boulevard. Los Angeles, California 90024. Harn.ufl.edu, Harn Museum of Art. Harn Museum of Art. 3259 Hull Road. Gainesville, Florida 32611. HarwoodMuseum.org, the Harwood Museum of Art. The Harwood Museum of Art. 238 Ladue Street. Taos, New Mexico 87571. Heckscher.org, the Heckscher Museum of Art. The Heckscher Museum of Art. 2 Prime Avenue. Huntington, New York 11743. High.org, the High Museum of Art. The High Museum of Art. 1280 Peachtree Street, NE. Atlanta, Georgia 30309. Hillstead.org, Hillstead Museum. Hillstead Museum. 35 Mountain Road. Farmington, CT 6032. Hirshhorn.si.edu, Hirshhorn Museum. Hirshhorn Museum. 700 Independence Avenue Southwest. Washington, D.C. 20560. HistoryMiami.org, History Miami Museum. History Miami Museum. 101 West Flagler Street. Miami, Florida 33130. Hofstra.edu/community/museum/index.html, Hofstra University Museum. Hofstra University Museum. 0 Hofstra University. Hempstead, New York 11549. Hoodmuseum.dartmouth.edu, Hood Museum of Art. Hood Museum of Art. hrc.utexas.edu, Harry Ransom Center, the University of Texas at Austin. Harry Ransom Center, the University of Texas at Austin. 300 West 21st Street. Austin, Texas 78712. icp.org, International Center of Photography. International Center of Photography. 79 Essex Street. New York, New York 10002. iphf.org, International Photography Hall of Fame. International Photography Hall of Fame. 2100 Northeast 52nd Street. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73111. ira.usf.edu/chem, University of South Florida Contemporary Art Museum. University of South Florida Contemporary Art Museum. 4202 East Fowler Avenue. Tampa, Florida 33620. janem.org, Japanese American National Museum. Japanese American National Museum. 100 North Central Avenue. Los Angeles, California 90012. jsma.uoregon.edu, Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art. Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art. 1430 Johnson Lane. Eugene, Oregon 97403. kam.illinois.edu, Krannert Art Museum and Kincaid Pavilion. Krannert Art Museum and Kincaid Pavilion. 500 East Peabody Drive, Champaign, Illinois 61820. CatanaMuseum.org, Catana Museum of Art. Catana Museum of Art. 134 J Street, Catana, New York 10536. CowaIMuseum.org, Coa and number 146, iMuseum. Coa iMuseum. 4428 Rice Street, Lihue, High 96766. KemperArt.org, Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art. Kemper Museum of Contemporary Art. 4420 Warwick Boulevard, Kansas City, Missouri 64111. KemperArtMuseum.wstl.edu, Mildred Lane Kemper Art Museum. Mildred Lane Kemper Art Museum. 1 Brookings Drive, St. Louis, Missouri 63130. Keyarts.org/index.php, Kalamazoo Institute of Arts. Kalamazoo Institute of Arts. 314 South Park St. Kalamazoo, Michigan 49007. knoxart.org/index.html, Knoxville Museum of Art. Knoxville Museum of Art. 1050 World's Fair Park, Knoxville, Tennessee 37916. LACMA.org, Los Angeles County Museum of Art, LACMA. Los Angeles County Museum of Art, LACMA. 5905 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles, California 90036. LagunaArtMuseum.org, Laguna Art Museum, Lamb. Laguna Art Museum, Lamb. 307 Cliff Drive, Laguna Beach, California 92651. LOSM.org, Louisiana Art and Science Museum. Louisiana Art and Science Museum. 100 River Road South, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70802. LegionOfHonor.famsf.org, The Legion of Honor. The Legion of Honor. 100 34th Avenue, San Francisco, California 94121. LightFactory.org, The Light Factory Contemporary Museum of Photography and Film. The Light Factory Contemporary Museum of Photography and Film. 345 North College Street, Charlotte, North Carolina 28202. longmontcolorado.gov/departments/departments-e-m/museum, The Longmont Museum. The Longmont Museum. 400 Quail Road, Longmont, Colorado 80501. louisianastatemuseum.org, Louisiana State Museum. Louisiana State Museum. 751 Chartres Street, New Orleans, Louisiana 70116. luc.edu/luma/index.shtml, Loyola University Museum of Art. Loyola University Museum of Art. 820 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60660. Maine MUSUMOF PhotoGRAPhicarts.org, Maine Museum of Photographic Arts, MMPA. Maine Museum of Photographic Arts, MMPA. 314 Forest Avenue, Portland, Maine 04101. MAM.org, Milwaukee Art Museum. Milwaukee Art Museum. 700 North Art Museum Drive, Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53202. MonaContemporary.com, Mona Contemporary. Mona Contemporary. 888 Newark Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey 07306. MarguliesWarehouse.com, The Margulies Collection at the Warehouse. The Margulies Collection at the Warehouse. 591 Northwest 27th Street, Miami, Florida 33127. Marquette.edu/Haggerty/index.php, The Haggerty Museum of Art. 530 North 13th Street, Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53233. MassillonMuseum.org, Massillon Museum. Massillon Museum. 121 Lincoln Way East. Massillon, Ohio 44646. massmocha.org, MassMocha. MassMocha. 1040 MassMocha Way. North Adams, Ma 1247. Mattress.org, Mattress Factory. Mattress Factory. 500 Sampsonia Way. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15212. mcachicago.org, Museum of Contemporary Art Chicago. 220 East Chicago Avenue. Chicago, Illinois 60611. mcaddenver.org, MCA Denver. MCA Denver. 1485 Delgany St. Denver, Colorado 80202. mcam.mills.edu, Mills College Art Museum. Mills College Art Museum. 5000 MacArthur Boulevard. Oakland, California 94613. mcasd.org, Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego, MCAST, La Jolla. Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego, MCAST, La Jolla. 700 Prospect Street. San Diego, California 92037. mcasd.org, Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego, MCAST, Downtown. Museum of Contemporary Art San Diego, MCAST, Downtown. 1100 and 1001 Kettner Boulevard. San Diego, California 92101. mcny.org, Museum of the City of New York. Museum of the City of New York. 1220 Fifth Avenue. New York, New York 10029. Menil.org, The Menil Collection. The Menil Collection. 1533 Sul Ross Street. Houston, Texas 77006. metmuseum.org, The Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. 1000 Fifth Avenue, at 82nd Street. New York, New York 10028. mfa.org, Museum of Fine Arts Boston. Museum of Fine Arts Boston. 465 Huntington Avenue. Boston, Ma 2115. mfah.org, The Museum of Fine Arts Houston, MFAH. The Museum of Fine Arts Houston, MFAH. 1001 Bissonnette. Houston, Texas 77005. mfastpete.org, Museum of Fine Arts St. Petersburg. Museum of Fine Arts St. Petersburg. 255 Beach Drive Northeast. St. Petersburg, Florida 33701. mintmuseum.org, Mint Museum. Mint Museum. 500 South Tryon Street. Charlotte, North Carolina 28202. mitmuseum.mit.edu, MIT Museum. MIT Museum. 265 Massachusetts Avenue. Cambridge, Massachusetts 02139. mmocha.org, Madison Museum of Contemporary Art. Madison Museum of Contemporary Art. 227 State Street. Madison, Wisconsin 53703. modesf.org, Museum of the African Diaspora Mode. Museum of the African Diaspora Mode. 685 Mission St. San Francisco, California 94105. mocha.org, The Museum of Contemporary Art, MoCA. The Museum of Contemporary Art, MoCA. 250 South Grand Avenue. Los Angeles, California 90012. mochacleveland.org, Museum of Contemporary Art Cleveland, MoCA. Museum of Contemporary Art Cleveland, MoCA. 11400 Euclid Avenue. Cleveland, Ohio 44106. mochaga.org, The Museum of Contemporary Art of Georgia. The Museum of Contemporary Art of Georgia. 75 Bennett Street. Atlanta, Georgia 30309. mocajacksonville.unf.edu/default.aspx, Museum of Contemporary Art Jacksonville. Museum of Contemporary Art Jacksonville. 333 North Laura Street, Jacksonville, Florida 32202. mocp.org, Museum of Contemporary Photography. Museum of Contemporary Photography. 600 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60605. mofa.fsu.edu, FSU Museum of Fine Arts, MOFA. FSU Museum of Fine Arts, MOFA. 530 West Call Street, Tallahassee, Florida 32306. mola.org, Museum of Latin America Art, MALAT. Museum of Latin America Art, MALAT. 628 Alamitos Avenue, Long Beach, California 90802. MoMA.org, the Museum of Modern Art. The Museum of Modern Art. 11 West 53 Street, New York, New York 10019. mona.unk.edu/mona, Museum of Nebraska Art. Museum of Nebraska Art. 2401 Central Avenue, Kearney, Nebraska 68847. MontereyArt.org, Monterey Museum of Art. Monterey Museum of Art. 559 Pacific Street, Monterey, California 93940. MAPA.org, Museum of Photographic Arts, MOPA. Museum of Photographic Arts, MOPA. 1649 El Prado, San Diego, California 92101. MSMusumart.org, Mississippi Museum of Art. Mississippi Museum of Art. 380 South Lamar Street, Jackson, Mississippi 39201. Museum.cornell.edu, Johnson Museum of Art. Johnson Museum of Art. 114 Central Avenue, Ithaca, New York 14853. Museum.middlebury.edu, Middlebury College Museum of Art. Middlebury College Museum of Art. 72 Porterfield Road, Middlebury, Vermont 05753. Museum.oas.org/index.html, Art Museum of the Americas. Art Museum of the Americas. 201 18th Street, NW, Washington, D.C. 20006. Museum.spelman.edu, Spelman College Museum of Fine Art. Spelman College Museum of Fine Art. 350 Spelman Lane Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia 30314. Museum.stanford.edu, Cantor Arts Center. Cantor Arts Center. Lomita Drive at Museum Way, Stanford, California 94305. MuseumCA.org, Oakland Museum of California. Oakland Museum of California. 1000 Oak Street, Oakland, California 94607. MuseumNI.org, Museum of North Idaho. Museum of North Idaho. 115 Northwest Boulevard, Coeur d'Alene, ID 83816. MuseumofTheRockies.org, Museum of the Rockies. Museum of the Rockies. 600 West Kagi Boulevard, Bozeman, Montana 59717. Museums.alaska.gov/asm, Alaska State Museum. Alaska State Museum. 395 Whittier St. Juneau, Alaska 99801. Museums.depaul.edu, DePaul Art Museum. DePaul Art Museum. 935 W. Fullerton, Chicago, Illinois 60614. MWPI.org, Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute. Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute. 310 Genesee Street, Utica, Utica, New York 13502. Myrtle Beach Artmuseum.org, Art Museum of Myrtle Beach. Art Museum of Myrtle Beach. 3100 South Ocean Boulevard, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina 29577. Nasher.duke.edu, the Nasher Museum of Art at Duke University. The Nasher Museum of Art at Duke University. 2001 Campus Drive. Durham, North Carolina 27705. NassauMuseum.org, Nassau County Museum of Art. Nassau County Museum of Art. 1 Museum Drive. Roslyn Harbor, New York 11576. NationalAcademy.org, National Academy Museum. National Academy Museum. 1083 Fifth Avenue. New York, New York 10128. NationalGeographic.com/events, National Geographic Museum. National Geographic Museum. 1145 17th Street NW. Washington, D.C. 20036. National Museum of Mexican Art.org, National Museum of Mexican Art. 1852 West 19th Street. Chicago, Illinois 60608. NBM.org, National Building Museum. National Building Museum. 401 F Street NW. Washington, D.C. 20001. NBMA.org, New Britain Museum of American Art. New Britain Museum of American Art. 56 Lexington Street. New Britain, CT 6052. NCartMuseum.org, North Carolina Museum of Art. North Carolina Museum of Art. 2110 Blue Ridge Road. Raleigh, North Carolina 27607. NELSON-ATKINS.org, the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art. The Nelson Atkins Museum of Art. 4225 Oak Street. Kansas City, Missouri 64111. NERMANMuseum.org, Nerman Museum of Contemporary Art. Nerman Museum of Contemporary Art. 12345 College Boulevard. Overland Park, Kansas 66210. NevadaArt.org, Nevada Museum of Art. Nevada Museum of Art. 160 West Liberty Street. Reno, Nevada 89501. New.artsmea.org, Minneapolis Institute of Arts. Minneapolis Institute of Arts. 2400 3rd Avenue South. Minneapolis, Minnesota 55404. NewMuseum.org, New Hello Museum of Contemporary Art. New Hello Museum of Contemporary Art. 235 Bowery. New York, New York 10002. newpaltz.edu/museum, Samuel Dorsky Museum of Art. Samuel Dorsky Museum of Art. 1 Hawk Drive. New Paltz, New York 12561. newportartmuseum.org, Newport Art Museum. Newport Art Museum. 76 Bellevue Avenue. Newport, Rhode Island 02840. nga.gov, National Gallery of Art. National Gallery of Art. 4th and Constitution Avenue, NW. Washington, D.C. 20565. NIU.edu/Art Museum, Northern Illinois University Art Museum. Northern Illinois University Art Museum. 116 Altgeld Hall. DeKalb, Illinois 60115. NMWA.org, National Museum of Women in the Arts. National Museum of Women in the Arts. 1250 New York Avenue Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20005. NOMA.org, NOMA. NOMA. 1 Collins C. Dibal Circle, City Park. New Orleans, Louisiana 70124. Norton.org, Norton Museum of Art. Norton Museum of Art. 1451 South Olive Avenue. West Palm Beach, Florida 33401. NortonSimon.org, Norton Simon Museum. Norton Simon Museum. 411 West Colorado Boulevard. Pasadena, California 91105. npg.si.edu, National Portrait Gallery. National Portrait Gallery. 8th and F Streets NW. Washington, D.C. 20001. nsuartmuseum.org, NSU Art Museum. NSU Art Museum. 1 East Los Olas Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida 33301. ogdenmuseum.org, the Ogden Museum of Southern Art. The Ogden Museum of Southern Art. 925 Camp Street, New Orleans, Louisiana 70130. ogunquitmuseum.org, Ogunquit Museum of American Art. Ogunquit Museum of American Art. 543 Shore Road, Ogunquit, Maine 03907. oi.uchicago.edu, the Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago. The Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago. 1155 East 58th Street, Chicago, Illinois 60637. okcmoa.com, Oklahoma City Museum of Art. Oklahoma City Museum of Art. 415 Couch Drive, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73102. oma-online.org, Oceanside Museum of Art, OMA. Oceanside Museum of Art, OMA. 704 Pier View Way, Oceanside, California 92054. PAM.org, Provincetown Art Association and Museum. Provincetown Art Association and Museum. 460 Commercial Street, Provincetown, Massachusetts 02657. PAFA.org, Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, PAFA. Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, PAFA. 118-128 North Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19102. palmermuseum.psu.edu, the Palmer Museum of Art. The Palmer Museum of Art. Curtin Road, University Park, PA 16802. PAMM.org, Perez Art Museum Miami, PAMM. Perez Art Museum Miami, PAMM. 101 West Flagler St. Miami, Florida 33130. PhiladelphiaMuseum.org, Philadelphia Museum of Art. Philadelphia Museum of Art. 2600 Benjamin Franklin Parkway, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19130. PhillipsCollection.org, the Phillips Collection. The Phillips Collection. 1600 21st Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20009. phxart.org, Phoenix Art Museum. Phoenix Art Museum. 1625 North Central Avenue, Phoenix, Arizona 85004. plainsart.org, Plains Art Museum. 704 First Avenue North, Fargo, North Dakota 58102. portlandartmuseum.org, Portland Art Museum. Portland Art Museum. 1219 Southwest Park Avenue, Portland, Oregon 97205. portlandky.org, Portland Museum. Portland Museum. 2308 Portland Avenue, Louisville, Kentucky 40212. portlandmuseum.org, Portland Museum of Art. Portland Museum of Art. 7 Congress Square, Portland, Maine 04101. psmuseum.org, Palm Springs Art Museum. Palm Springs Art Museum. 101 Museum Drive, Palm Springs, California 92262. pulitzerarts.org, Pulitzer Arts Foundation. Pulitzer Arts Foundation. 3716 Washington Boulevard, St. Louis, Missouri 63108. queensmuseum.org, Queens Museum. Queens Museum. Flushing Meadows Corona Park, Queens, New York 11368. Ringling.org, the John and Mabel Ringling Museum of Art. The John and Mabel Ringling Museum of Art. 5401 Bayshore Road, Sarasota, Florida 34243. risdmuseum.org, RISD Museum of Art. RISD Museum of Art. 224, Benefit Street. Providence, RI 2903. RoanokeHistory.org, O. Winston Link Museum. O. Winston Link Museum. 101, Shenandoah Avenue. Roanoke, Virginia 24016. RockfordArtMuseum.org, Rockford Art Museum. Rockford Art Museum. 711 North Main Street. Rockford, Illinois 61103. SarasotaArtMuseum.org, Sarasota Art Museum. Sarasota Art Museum. 1001 South Tamiami Trail. Sarasota, Florida 34236. SBMA.net, Santa Barbara Museum of Art. Santa Barbara Museum of Art. 1130 State Street. Santa Barbara, California 93101. SCADFash.org, SCADFash Museum of Fashion and Film. SCADFash Museum of Fashion and Film. 1600 Peachtree St. Atlanta, Georgia 30309. SCADMOA.org, SCAD Museum of Art. SCAD Museum of Art. 601 Turner Boulevard. Savannah, Georgia 31401. scu.edu/Decisiset, The Decisiet Museum. The Decisiet Museum. 500 El Camino Real. Santa Clara, California 95053. sdmart.org, The San Diego Museum of Art. The San Diego Museum of Art. 1450 El Prado Balboa Park. San Diego, California 92112. SeattleArtMuseum.org, Seattle Art Museum. Seattle Art Museum. 1300 First Avenue. Seattle, Washington 98101. sfmoma.org, San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, SFMOMA. San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, SFMOMA. 151 3rd Street. San Francisco, California 94103. sjmusart.org, San Jose Museum of Art. San Jose Museum of Art. 110 South Market Street. San Jose, California 95113. slam.org, St. Louis Art Museum. St. Louis Art Museum. 1 Fine Arts Drive. St. Louis, Missouri 63110. sloma.org, San Luis Obispo Museum of Art. San Luis Obispo Museum of Art. 1010 Broad Street. San Luis Obispo, California 93401. SMOCA.org, Scottsdale Museum of Contemporary Art, SMOCA. Scottsdale Museum of Contemporary Art, SMOCA. 7374 East 2nd St. Scottsdale, Arizona 85251. smponline.org, Southeast Museum of Photography. Southeast Museum of Photography. 1200 West International Speedway Boulevard. Daytona Beach, Florida 32114. snightartmuseum.nd.edu, The Snight Museum of Art. The Snight Museum of Art. 100 Moose Krause Circle. Notre Dame, Indiana 46556. somacc.com, Southern Ohio Museum. Southern Ohio Museum. 825 Gallia Street. Portsmouth, Ohio 45662. spencerart.ku.edu, Spencer Museum of Art. Spencer Museum of Art. 1301 Mississippi Street. Lawrence, Kansas 66045. stanleymuseum.uiowa.edu, University of Iowa Stanley Museum of Art. University of Iowa Stanley Museum of Art. 1375 Highway 1 West. Iowa City, Iowa 52242. state.nj.us/state/museum, New Jersey State Museum. New Jersey State Museum. 205 West State Street. Trenton, New Jersey 08608. studiomuseum.org, Studio Museum Harlem. Studio Museum Harlem. 144 West 125th Street. New York, New York 10027. SusquehannaArtMuseum.org, Susquehanna Art Museum. Susquehanna Art Museum. 1401 North 3rd Street. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania 17102. svmoa.org, Sun Valley Museum of Art. Sun Valley Museum of Art. 191 5th Street East. Ketchum, Idaho 83340. TacomaArtMuseum.org, Tacoma Art Museum. Tacoma Art Museum. 1701 Pacific Avenue. Tacoma, Washington 98402. TampaMuseum.org, Tampa Museum of Art. Tampa Museum of Art. 120 West Gasparilla Plaza. Tampa, Florida 33602. TaubmanMuseum.org, Taubman Museum of Art. Taubman Museum of Art. 110 Salem Avenue Southeast. Roanoke, Virginia 24011. Telfair.org, Telfair Museums. Telfair Museums. 121 Barnard St. Savannah, Georgia 31401. TheAutry.org, Autry Museum of the American West. Autry Museum of the American West. 4700 Western Heritage Way. Los Angeles, California 90027. TheBase.org, Base Museum of Art. Base Museum of Art. 2100 Collins Avenue. Miami Beach, Florida 33139. TheBroad.org, The Broad. The Broad. 221 South Grand Avenue. Los Angeles, California 90012. TheCJM.org/home, Contemporary Jewish Museum. Contemporary Jewish Museum. 736 Mission Street. San Francisco, California 94103. TheHermitageMuseum.org, Hermitage Museum and Gardens. Hermitage Museum and Gardens. 7637 North Shore Road. Norfolk, Virginia 23505. TheICALA.org/N, Institute of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles, ICALA. Institute of Contemporary Art, Los Angeles, ICALA. 1717 East 7th St. Los Angeles, California 90021. TheJewishMuseum.org, The Jewish Museum. The Jewish Museum. 1109 5th Avenue at 92nd St. New York, New York 10128. TheMorgan.org, The Morgan Library and Museum. The Morgan Library and Museum. 225 Madison Avenue at 36th Street. New York, New York 10016. ThenIC.org, Nicolason Art Museum. Nicolason Art Museum. 400 East Collins St. Casper, Wyoming 82601. TheWadsworth.org, Wadsworth Athenaeum Museum of Art. Wadsworth Athenaeum Museum of Art. 600 Main Street. Hartford, CT 6103. TheWhitlifeCollections.txstate.edu, The Whitliff Collection, Al-Keck Library at Texas State University. The Whitliff Collection, Al-Keck Library at Texas State University. 601 University Drive. San Marcos, Texas 78666. ToledoMuseum.org, The Toledo Museum of Art. The Toledo Museum of Art. 145 Monroe Street. Toledo, Ohio 43620. TorranceArtMuseum.com, Torrance Art Museum. Torrance Art Museum. 3320 Civic Center Drive. Torrance, California 90503. umfa.utah.edu, The Utah Museum of Fine Arts. The Utah Museum of Fine Arts. 410 Campus Center Drive. Salt Lake City, Utah 84112. umema.umich.edu, The University of Michigan Museum of Art. The University of Michigan Museum of Art. 525 South State Street, Ann Arbor, Michigan 48109. umt.edu/Montana Museum, Montana Museum of Art and Culture. Montana Museum of Art and Culture. 6 University No. 6. Missoula, Montana 59812. unl.edu/plains/gallery/gallery.shtml, Great Plains Art Museum. Great Plains Art Museum. 1155 Q Street, Lincoln, NE. unlv.edu/Barrack Museum, Barrack Museum. Barrack Museum. 4505 South Maryland Parkway, Las Vegas, Nevada 89154. valpo.edu/Brower-Museum-of-Art, Brower Museum of Art. 1700 Chapel Drive, Valparaiso, Indiana 46383. vbmuseum.org, Vero Beach Museum of Art. Vero Beach Museum of Art. 3001 Riverside Park Drive, Vero Beach, Florida 32963. VernonPhillyArtMuseum.org, Vernon Philly Art Museum. Vernon Philly Art Museum. 421 South Jackson Street, Pratt, Kansas 67124. virginia.edu/artmuseum/index.php, the Fralin, University of Virginia Art Museum. The Fralin, University of Virginia Art Museum. 155 Rugby Road, Charlottesville, Virginia 22904. virginiamocha.org, Virginia Museum of Contemporary Art. Virginia Museum of Contemporary Art. 2200 Parks Avenue, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23451. vmfa.museum, Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. 200 N Boulevard, Richmond, Virginia 23220. walkerart.org, Walker Art Center. Walker Art Center. 1750 Hennepin Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55403. wam.umn.edu, Weissman Art Museum at the University of Minnesota. Weissman Art Museum at the University of Minnesota. 333 East River Parkway, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55455. Warhol.org, the Andy Warhol Museum. The Andy Warhol Museum. 117 Sandusky Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15212. Whitney.org, Whitney Museum of American Art. Whitney Museum of American Art. 99 Gansevoort Street, New York, New York 10014. Wichita.edu/museum/Ulrich, Ulrich Museum of Art at Wichita State University. Ulrich Museum of Art at Wichita State University. 1845 Fairmount Street, Wichita, Kansas 67260. WichitaArtMuseum.org, Wichita Art Museum. Wichita Art Museum. 1400 West Museum Boulevard, Wichita, Kansas 67201. WoodmereArtMuseum.org, Woodmere Art Museum. Woodmere Art Museum. 9201 Germantown Avenue, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19118. Oberlin.edu/amam, Allen Memorial Art Museum. Allen Memorial Art Museum. 87 North Main Street, Oberlin, Ohio 44074. ZimmerleMuseum.rutgers.edu, Zimmerle Art Museum. Zimmerle Art Museum. 71 Hamilton Street, New Brunswick, New Jersey 8901.